It's time-lapse time. Alright, so welcome back after that quick little short time lapse. I got everything out of the car onto the workbench here, the fan shroud. Started figuring out, actually, well, I got one done here. These little plates here. So I had to I bead roll the bottom just so it indexed nicely into the bottom. Otherwise, this thing was like hinged up more. So now it's nice and flat with the fan shroud. All the gaps are nice and perfect on it, so it looks good. So now, got that one figured out. Time to do two more. So, just basically just going to repeat the process of it. And I don't really need to film that, so we're just going to cut to me sanding and polishing this. Anyways, let's get to it. So, got this thing all polished up, all sanded and polished. It looks pretty good now. Impressed. You can see my reflection in it on all corners. So, that's it. That's perfect. That's done. The wiring here, we're going to have to drill some small holes in it still. Two of them there, and then I'll put a zip tie around there. And then we'll have it so it's tight and then goes across the edge. And this one will do the same thing. It'll come down and go one way or the other. Have to figure that out when we do the actual wiring in here. It's probably going to end up coming to the passenger side because that's where I'm going to have the relays for it. But yes, this is all done physically. The electrical is going to need some work still. We'll figure that out later. Now we're going to work on the heater core. That's got to come out. So what do we got to do? We are going to try and bolt it the way it is, but worst case scenario, I'm going to have to take off at least one fender, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take the whole front clip off, and I'll wire wheel and paint the frame at that point, get that all finished up, the K-frame and everything. I'll have to clean off all the gunk, whatever, and we'll pull off the steering box as well, because it's going to be in the way, and I got a rebuild kit for that, so we'll end up doing that as well. Hopefully, we don't have to go down that road, though, because I wouldn't mind just taking off the steering box and wire wheeling and painting the frame the way it is. It will be nicer if we take it off, but it's kind of unnecessary. But yeah, let's try and get this thing off without removing the fender. We're gonna end up having to remove this clip though. I know it. Anyways, let's get to the time lapse, and then we'll stop when I get the unfortunate news of having to take off the front clip. Yeah. So we're back. Fortunate, unfortunate news. Got the got the heater core out. Had to disconnect the inner fender here. It's just sitting on the tire right now. It's actually, it wasn't that hard, so I'm going to do that side as well, where Mikey's sitting on. Yeah. So that's got to come off on the other side as well, so I can wire wheel and paint this frame. But I got to clean all the gunk off at first, otherwise that's going to go all over the paint, and then that's going to be hard. But anyways, got the heater core out, got the whole interior up under the dash stripped. I know it's going to be hard to see, but there's no sound deadening anymore. It's all on the floor there. So we can actually start cutting and welding on here. So the plan, plain and simple, is we got to cut this lip off so it's all nice and flush. So we're going to take the plasma cutter and just run along the edge. Make sure we have nice raised edges with it, so then we don't have hot spots when we're welding corners. And once we cut that out, we'll get the big patch in, and then we'll do the little ones afterwards. And we're just going to keep a rag, keep it cool when we're welding. But yeah, when we cut it off, it should look something like that. So we're going to take and grind this smooth now, get it all ready, get a patch made up for it, and we'll start welding this thing in. So let's just get right to it. Well, there you have it. Got the piece made. Got the bead rolled X in it. I think personally, well, Mike, what do you think about it? Give me your honest opinion.
I think she's sexy.
I think it looks awesome. It's perfectly straight. So now the next big problem is making sure this thing doesn't warp when I weld it in. So I'm going to take my time, go real slow.
Piss on it as you go.
Absolutely. Get this thing so it's nice and straight and true. Weld it in. Like it's already strong.
She'll look factory.
So, yeah, time to get this thing welded in. Well, it's been a few days since I last picked up the camera, but I've got a few things done, a little further along than you last saw. I had a New Year's party in the shop, so I got everything all cleaned up and kind of wanted to finish off the patch, so I just kind of went ahead and did it without filming. But let me show you what I got done here. So here's the finished patch. You see I took and grounded everything and just shot some primer over it so it didn't rust. But it all looks really good. Here's my straight edge. You can see how all the welds are just a tiny bit below. That's perfect. That'll putty up absolutely gorgeously. I also took and welded the inside. You didn't see that, but this light works good. You can see I welded all around it. Just easy peasy. That's gonna get all some kill mat inside, so I'm barely gonna grind those welds. I'm just gonna touch them so there's no high spots, and that's gonna be perfectly fine. But now it's time to end the video. I know I didn't get too much work per se done. It has been probably a week since I started this video, but I need to start working on the motor. I got a deadline to get the crankshaft into machine shop. So we're going to stop on this thing now. We're going to end this video, and we're going to be starting working on a new one with the motor and crankshaft and rods, pistons, getting that whole rotating assembly balanced and doing most of it at home. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting, but thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed all my fancy editing there. I know there wasn't too much content, so I tried to make it interesting, but enjoy, like, subscribe, whatever the fuck those people say, you know, on YouTube. Oh yeah, you gotta like, subscribe. I don't care. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.